Hello, good evening, and welcome back. When there is anything serious or pressing in the news, which is making policies and making headlines, then that allows for lesser known things which have been on the back burner for a while, which aren't urgent but are designed to be pushed through, to then be quietly slip through the net, unseen, and be put into place and in practice without anybody being aware that they've actually then become law, until the time to do anything about it is a bit late and people are being prosecuted or the damage has already been done, that kind of thing. And this is one of those stories which is nice in a way that there is a bit of pushback, but also a bit disconcerting in terms of individuals. So, on the face of it, government will ensure women have access to female-only lavatories in public buildings after surge in gender-neutral loos across the UK. So, a few years back, of course, there was a big concern from the trans-positive community, if you will, to say, well, hey, we identify as a particular gender, and we do not appreciate you not including us when it comes to toilets. How do I know which one I'm supposed to go to? Or what if I identify as female, but I was born as a man? In that case, I would like to use the toilet that works with my gender, not with my sex, and yet you're stopping me from doing so because I'm going somewhere that I'm not allowed to do so. And then the conclusion was, okay, in order to make this easier for everyone, why don't we just say, it's a toilet, use the toilet, there you go, job done. That was the idea. But now, of course, seeing as women tend to take longer using the toilets than men do, because women sit down and all that good stuff, and men just stand up, walk out, that's about it. That also, given that urinals take up a lot less space than cubicles, that women tend to need more toilets than men in public areas. And I'm sure you've seen that wherever you've been, that the lines for toilets for women are longer than for men. And if the line's too long for a man, then he'll just go by a tree, or he'll wait, or go outside, whatever it might be. He's not going to stick around if there's a really bloody long queue, whereas women would tend to be more likely to do so. So the response is, well, hey, trans people were most affected, right, so let's just make it even for everybody no matter what. And now the response is, well, women most affected. So now we need female-only lavatories because they're feeling unsafe. Now bear in mind, these gender-neutral lavatories are not big rooms and it's all open plan. No. Instead it is individual cubicles that you shut behind you, and more common, it's actually segregated bathrooms in and of themselves for individuals. But that isn't enough. Apparently women are feeling like they have to queue too long and it's not fair to be waiting for men. And also then they don't feel safe, especially when it comes down to children using the toilets, and you've got then a man rattling on the door for the toilet, and neither of them want that door to open, but they don't know who's on the other side, if anybody at all, in which case you do lead to these deleterious experiences. Simple solution. Really depends on who you care about offending less. If you care about the women's, then yeah, you've got to have female-only toilets. If you care about the trans, then you've got to have gender-neutral toilets. If you care about the men, then you're not going to get anything passed, so forget about it if you care about the men. But they say, Community Secretary Robert Jenrick launched a review into toilets today. Department said removing sex-specific toilets is against legislation in the UK. Yeah, you can't discriminate on somebody based on sex, but you're not allowed to not discriminate somebody based on sex if it's the toilet. Oh, British law at its finest. Old Vic sparked controversy last year when it removed its female toilets. If you remove male toilets, again, nobody cares. And the interesting thing about that is, of course, that the narrative is, oh, well, women are far more likely to be attacked or abused by men. Statistically speaking, no, they're not. If it's just violent crime, men are much more likely to be victims than women. Also from other men, but nonetheless. And if it's domestic abuse, okay, yes, lesbians have the most aggressive relationships when it comes to domestic violence. But when it comes to male and female, females are far more likely to use weapons in order to even the playing fields. Men are biologically stronger, and therefore women use weapons like knives, rolling pins, saucepans, shears, scissors, that kind of thing, in order to try and level the playing field and inflict damage on the man. And then, of course, you've got allegations of sexual assault, which seems to be far more damning now, which would happen in a desegregated bathroom if there are men and women interacting. Then, he's peeping at me, or he's made advances on me, or he's spoken to me in a way that I didn't like, and therefore I'm now accusing him of rape. That kind of thing would happen. It does happen. Thankfully, a lot of the time it is refuted and the man is let off as he's done nothing wrong. However, these can take a few years in order to blow over, and at that point the man might have lost the most profitable times of his life. He's without internet access, essentially. He's lost his phones, his computers. He's not going to be able to get jobs while he's under investigation. So it does pretty much destroy his life to then say, well, you're out of work for 2 years. So, I was falsely accused of rape. So, right. Well, we've got a lot of candidates, so we might not get back to you. It's that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm sure men will also be looking forward to having male-only toilets. Not that that's mentioned at all, because, of course, why would it be? Men are apparently the evil ones, and women are the ones that must be protected, because apparently women can't take care of themselves. Who's the real bigot? But I know it's a break from tradition, so otherwise, let me know down below what you guys think. Do you think, these trans people, just shut the fuck up. If you're really concerned about using a public toilet, then don't. The public toilet isn't a human right. Is that what you're saying? In which case, you got to wait until you go home, or find something else, or you then say, it's like a disability, in which case you can use the disabled toilet instead, because it's body dysmorphia. So use the disabled toilet because you're clearly mentally disabled. Or would you say, no, it should be gender neutral, and if you need more for women, then go ahead. Or if you want to have gender neutral bathrooms that have urinals in them, is that then okay? Or you have gender neutral as well as male only and female only. Would that then be sufficient? So now you've just got to add in even more toilets. Because apparently saying that it's going to be even for everybody, and this is just a toilet, isn't good enough for the women. So I'm intrigued to know what you guys think of this down below. Do let me know. Definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm. Do like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Really does help out a great deal. And as always, until next time, have a good one.